Hello lovely people, James Morrison, James Social Cycling, looking a little bit different than normal. Hope you're all well. It's Sunday morning and bloody freezing outside. So been threatening for the last week or so to set the Zwift up, and I finally have done. I've done it, and just in time for some awfully cold weather coming in. As I've said before, I've hit ice and I've been off the road for 3 weeks, so at times like this I'd rather be safe than be stupid. Alright, bitch on about being indoors for a week or so than rather bitch on about being off the road for weeks and months. So just riding the New York, I think it's the Central Park loop, so it's quite flat. I'm just literally just going to spin the legs, introduce you to my Zwift setup at the end, and yeah, so you can see me all, it's one of my scarves folded up around the head, because you do sweat when you're indoors. So I got a little bit of disadvantage. The bike's going in, the bearings in the bottom bracket are a bit sluggish, so I'll have to work a little bit harder. Alright, so yeah, so as you can see, I've done you can see me, I don't mind being all in black on Zwift itself, stealth. And to be honest, when you see me close up, I look a bit svelte as well. So there may be a few little bit of lies on the old body mass, but anyway, it's all fun and games. So one of the reasons why I bought the crank arm 4 eyes power meter was so I could utilise it with Zwift a lot better. Obviously it has its disadvantages, especially when you're doing some of the workouts, because you do one-legged pedals. Of course, if you pedal with the drive side, you'll get no data at all from the crankset. Oh, there's a sprint. Give myself a chance. Give myself a chance. Didn't see it coming. So this is obviously to utilise with the cold weather, but Zwifting is not, as far as I can see, it's not just about pedalling. There's a lot more to it. I've watched a few guys over the past few months, probably a year actually, because of lockdown. Our own legend Mark Frost, you know, he's come on leaps and bounds, racing and doing crits. Fair play to you, mate. And I think that's what I'd like to do. But can I do it on a budget? Can I do it on a fluid trainer with a 4 eyes crank left crank arm power meter? I'm not sure, but let's do some rides and go from there, shall we? I'll bring you along. Okay, so Zwift can be a bit addictive, as I've been told. I decided to do the Richmond 10 miler. I think it's the UCI course. So yes, so what, 0.6 mile in, and thought I'd just knock out a few more miles And the great thing about Zwift, as I've seen, is you've only got to put a top, pair of pants, socks, if that, headband, and your shoes on. And with my new setup, using the iPad, it makes things a lot easier on setting up onto Zwift itself as well. So using Bluetooth instead of using Ant, having a laptop set up with all my USB cables and sensors and things. So yeah, so just going to knock out another 10 miles and then we can have a look at the setup. Alright, as I said, I hope you're all well, and I'll catch up with you very soon. So easy just to stop. A lot to be said for pace. Legs are done. Yes, I've got a feather. I'm going up the hill. Let's make myself a little bit lighter. That's got to help. She's a noise. Oh. Coming up to the finish. Only a little while to go. Pace and try not to sprint up the hills, but they were getting boring. Oh. Anyway guys, I only got 3.3, so I'm going to spin. Bit of a cool down. Okay, so now for the setup. As you can see, it's set up in the corner of the kitchen. I'll show you what it looks like when I folded it away, but let's just say it takes a special kind of other half to allow you to do things like this. This is why I'm in the kitchen and not in the lounge. So, as I've said, just so you can see, so there's the crank. Just bring that round. I don't know if you can see that. I'm hoping you can see that. So I've got the 4i, with the 4 eyes, non-drive side crank on my 3650. I know that's not standard. I'm actually having the 50 changed in the week to the 52. The turbo trainer I've got, and I've had this for many years, and I think it only cost me about 130 quid, which is the Elite Fluid Cubo trainer. And you can see by the back that it's had a fair bit of use. I'd say a fair bit of use on Zwift. So I've got the Zwift all set up on the iPad now. I used to have a laptop with all the cables and all the Ant. It would pick up on the heart rate. It would pick up on the speedo. I've done, so this is how new I am. I've done 459 miles. Just so you know, 330 of that was using the Garmin with a cadence and the speed sensor. So I'm not even going to lie how difficult that was, but the rest of the miles so just over 100 odd miles I've actually done, which was the back end of last year, with the Precision 4 Eyes crank, which is good, but to be fair, you do need, for doing it properly, you do need the full set or a set of pedals. Also, as you can see, I've got the Copperton, Elite Copperton indoor training tyre. You don't need them, but I noticed that some of the tyre was being left all over the floor, and due to me looking to be quite nice and tidy, I wanted not to leave too much of a mess. I've got my Manfrotto stand, which is what I do all my filming on outside, and then I've got my floor standing, I think it was 11 to 15 quid fan. Job done. Obviously, I think if you sign up to Zwift now, you'll get so many kilometers free, but it is £12.99 a month, and if you're going to use it, it's well worth it, I think, and especially with the weather we've got coming over the next week, I will be using it, and it's great for training. So there you have it, girls and girls. I haven't been here for a while. There it is, guys and girls. Very cheap setup. I think you can pick up the trainer. I know trainers at the moment aren't cheap, but the Precision 4 Eyes I think is around about $250. I think you could probably pick it up for around $230 to $250, $259. Tyre cost me, I don't even know. I'll have a look, and I'll put a little clip up of where I bought it from. I think I bought it from Wiggle, or it would be Wiggle or Sigma, and I will look to see if I can find where I got the Cubo from, the Elite trainer. It's probably off of Pro Bike Kit or Wiggle, or no, it would have probably been Pro Bike or Kit or Wiggle in them days. Thank you very much. Sorry I look a mess. I hope you enjoyed the video, and hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked what you saw today and you want to see a bit more of it, then give me a like and make a comment down below. Alright, lots of love, and I'll see you on the road very soon. There you go, guys and girls, there's the setup at the end. So fold it up against the wall, and mat's rolled up, and plenty of room to get into the oven. And I forgot to say, actually, which a lot of you probably noticed and I didn't say, but it's a Wiggle Lifeline indoor cycle training mat, and I think it was $21.99. Oh, awesome, just buy it. This would be good as a workout mat as well, if you don't want something soft, if you're doing some HIIT stuff and you want a bit of grip. Really good mat, and very well priced. Okay, that's me done. Take care, lots of love.